People keep talking about GPT 5.6 like it is just a smarter model, but the bigger story is agent architecture. An AI agent is not useful because it writes a nice answer. It is useful because it can move through a workflow, it can plan, it can use tools, it can inspect files, it can run commands, it can react to errors, it can produce a finished result. That is a system design problem, and GPT 5.6 matters because stronger models make that system design more realistic. A basic agent architecture has 5 parts. First, the planner. The planner decides what needs to happen. It breaks the goal into steps and identifies risk. Second, the context collector. This part gathers files, docs, logs, examples, and constraints. Third, the executor. The executor edits, writes, searches, runs commands, or calls APIs. Fourth, the verifier. The verifier checks whether the work actually succeeded. Fifth, the reporter. OpenAI's own GPT 5.6 materials point toward this architecture because they highlight browsing, tool use, and computer use. Those capabilities are not useful in isolation. They become useful when they are placed into a loop. Plan, act, verify, report. The reporter explains what changed and what still needs attention. Most weak agents fail because they collapse all 5 roles into one messy loop. The model thinks, edits, tests, and summarizes without clean separation. That is why the output gets chaotic. A better GPT 5.6 agent would use clear stages. Plan first. Gather context, make a small change, verify report, and if the verification fails, return to the plan. This is exactly why multi-agent workflows are interesting. You can give each role a narrower job. One agent plans, one agent edits, one agent checks, one agent writes the summary. But the architecture only works if the system has constraints. No huge diffs without approval. No deleting files without permission. No running risky commands automatically. No claiming success without evidence. This is where AI agents become serious engineering tools instead of demos. GPT 5.6 may improve the intelligence layer, but intelligence is not enough. You still need memory, tool permissions, rollback, testing, logs, and human approval gates. That is the part most hype videos skip. The model is the engine. The agent architecture is the vehicle, and a powerful engine inside a bad vehicle is dangerous. So when evaluating GPT 5.6 for agents, do not ask only how smart it is. Ask whether the agent system around it is designed safely. That is what will separate real AI automation from expensive chaos. Let us make this concrete with a coding example. The user says, fix the failing checkout test. A weak agent immediately edits files. A better agent starts by collecting context. It finds the test. It reads the failure. It inspects the checkout flow. It identifies the likely boundary between front-end state, API response, and payment validation. Then it writes a plan, not a giant plan, a small plan. Step 1, reproduce the failure. Step 2, inspect the code path. Step 3, patch the smallest cause. Step 4, run the specific test. Step 5, summarize the change. Now the executor makes the patch. Then the verifier checks it. If the test fails, the agent does not pretend. It loops back with the new evidence. That is the architecture. This is also where permissions matter. An agent should not have the same authority for every task. Read-only mode is enough for analysis. Edit mode is needed for patches. Command mode is needed for testing. Deployment mode should be heavily restricted. The more powerful GPT 5.6 becomes, the more important these permission layers become. Because the model may be capable enough to do real work, which means it is capable enough to do real damage. Good architecture does not slow the agent down for no reason. It keeps the blast radius small. That is why the future of AI agents will look less like a chat window and more like a controlled work cell. Goals, tools, permissions, logs, verification, rollback, and human approvals. The model is just one part. The system around the model is what makes it trustworthy. This is why agent logs will become important. If an agent changes your code, you should be able to see the path. What files did it inspect? What commands did it run? What errors did it see? Why did it choose this patch? What test proved the result? Without that trail, reviewing AI work becomes guesswork, and guesswork does not belong in serious engineering. Good agent architecture should make review easier, not harder. That means every agent run should produce a short evidence report. Goal files inspected. Files changed. Commands run. Result remaining risk. That report turns the AI from a mysterious assistant into an auditable worker. GPT 5.6 may make the worker smarter, but the audit trail makes the worker usable. That is the architecture nobody should skip. This is also where Anthropic's Fable 5 positioning matters. Anthropic says Fable 5 is built for long-horizon agentic work and multi-day autonomous sessions. That means both labs are pointing in the same direction. Models are becoming workers inside larger systems. The difference will be reliability, permissions, and proof.